The better alternative is systems, okay? And let me tell you what. Goals are our desires, but then systems are how we actually attain those desires, okay? From a purely logical and practical standpoint, goals don't actually get you anywhere. They point you in the right direction, but they don't actually move the car forward, if that makes sense. I'll give you like a really prevalent reason. Imagine two people are competing against one another. They both have the goal of winning, but only one of them wins. So goals are most certainly not the determining factor of success. We can also look at this just from a pure like progress making standpoint. Like why goals are just kind of like having like a bench press 135, hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube or something. Like why having a paper on your wall or something like that is just completely pointless. It's like, so yeah, I'll use like that bench press example. It's like, okay, so you're gonna go for 115, then 120, then 125, then 130, then one. It's like, at that point, is that even? Are those even goals, or are those kind of just milestones? It's like, the goal isn't hit that, and then hit the next one, hit the next one, hit the next one. The overlying goal appears to just be improve how much weight you can bench press, if that makes sense. It's like there's no point in having like 120, then 125, then 130. The goal should just be get better at bench press, and then you get the system in there. It's like you shouldn't care about the goal of being able to do 125. You should care about the system that gets you there. You should care about doing all 5 sets or whatever, going twice a week, or going to absolute failure every time, the recovery period and all that. When you worry about that, that's the thing that's actually going to get you progress. And it's like, and then like the alternative or something, this is just like, an even worse scenario, using like, goals as your driving system. It's like, let's say once you hit 135 or something, then you just stop or something. Well, then it's like, okay, so you hit your goal, you completed it, now you're done. And then your muscles are going to atrophy, you're going to get weaker, you're going to lose progress. But you would have just been better if you just didn't have the goal in the first place and you just worked on the system and just kept on getting better. Alright. And it's like, I think that's a way better way of thinking it. I mean, thinking about it, like thinking about making progress, not like you have to hit some quota every single time. Just do your best every single time. Do what you know is right, and then be happy with that. That moves me on to the next point. It's like some people, I remember I used to be this way. It was like some people are only happy when they hit their goals. It's like, I'm not happy right now, but I will be happy once I hit my goal or something. I remember when I was like my road to bench pressing 100 pounds, when I was first half year in the gym. And I wanted to hit 100 so bad. It's like a huge milestone, right? Triple digits, it's a lot of weight. You get the big flashy yellow 25s. It's something I really wanted. And then it was kind of like, if I'd go in for the PR and then I'd fail that day and then, I'll try again next week or something, it was just really demotivating. Because the whole time I wasn't happy, I kept on telling myself, I'll be happy once I hit this goal, right? I'll be happy once I can finally bench press 100. Day would come, and then I'd barely not get it up there, and then I'd be sad and unmotivated for the rest of the workout. But instead of thinking about the goal of 100, instead of being only happy once you hit 100, and this ties back into the first point, it's like you're only happy once you've hit the goal, but then once you've hit the goal, after a few minutes, it's like, well, shit. Now I'm on the road to 105, or now I'm on the road to 115, and now I'm never going to be happy until I hit that goal. So it's just like a little short burst of happiness and motivation after you hit the goal. But with systems, you're going to be happy the entire time. Okay, and let me explain that for you. On the days you're training for that PR, you don't have to be sad until you hit the goal, then finally be happy and satisfied once you hit the goal. You can be happy and satisfied and attain motivation just from the days that you complete your systems correctly. Okay, it's not like if you're, I don't know, if I put this in an analogy, if your goal is to walk up the stairs, you don't have to be sad the entire time until you hit the top step. It can be every time you take a step, you get happier and happier and more motivated because your system is working. You're using you're going to the best of your ability. You're going to failure every time. You're doing really good with recovery. And as long as if you can find motivation just from doing the system correctly, then you're going to find a lot more motivation, a lot more happiness. You're going to see yourself having a lot more progress. And that's really good for mental health too. Okay, because to attain these goals, like, 135, 115 or something, like, that takes a lot of time. Okay, but imagine if at all times, or it takes a lot of time to actually see, like, the fruits of your labor, right? But imagine at every single time you work, you see the fruits of your labor. Does that make sense? But, just something I was thinking about, because this is a mindset I used to have all the time. I need to hit the goal. I'm not going to stop till I hit the goal. And, that's good. It's good that you're driven, but it's okay to attain motivation, not just from hitting the goal, but from working good on the system. Like, my goal right now doesn't need to be get 1 million subscribers on YouTube or something. My system just needs to be, okay, sit down, record, and talk about what I've learned and the kind of systems I use. And then that, first of all, it's just you get more progress because you're focusing your mental energy on the thing that will actually get you moving. I think goals, I suppose, are somewhat important. It's like you need to have a purpose for something. It's like, why would I, it's like, yeah, like, everything needs to have an underlying purpose. Go to the gym to get a good physique and to be healthy. But it's like, I don't need to actually quantify that. There's no reason to quantify that because of the points I made earlier. But you instill just a general purpose for what you're doing. You set that, you establish that, and then you just continue to make the systems better and better, and then train, however you train, however you practice, however you recover. And then, that's how you actually get progress. Goals set the direction, but systems will actually get you moving. And it's basically all I have to say. It's just, when I was younger, just something I'd always do. I'd always be focusing on the goals, but you got to be focusing on the systems. In a basketball game, or in a wrestling match, or in a track meet, it doesn't matter it doesn't matter how badly you want to win or something. It matters how hard you train, or, how well your recovery is. But, kind of just repeat myself now, you get the point.